8 days, 12 people, 1 trail. Birdman, Mom, Dipper, Dudak, Poppy, Dora the Explorer, Grit, Uno, Gumby, Sleeping Beauty, Flamingo, Trout.
Yes.
You can feel what?
Nothing anymore.
We are not exactly REI-sponsored athletes, but we pack snacks, so we'll be fine.
Are you coming?
Yes. Take care of these girls, Rob. No problem.
Crescent Meadow. John Muir called it the gem of the Sierra. The National Park Service called it Mile Zero for one of the most ambitious trail projects in its history, the High Sierra Trail, carved stone by stone from 1928 to 1932. Day 1 gives you everything: sequoia groves, chaparral, cliffside drop-offs, a surprising number of switchbacks for something described as mostly flat. This section climbs from 6,700 feet to around 7,450. A warm-up by Sierra standards, but don't be fooled. By mile 4, you're already digging for your second electrolyte tab.
Day 1 on the High Sierra Trail. We're 4.4 miles into the trail. It's been a little bit of up and down. We haven't really gained too much altitude. Average speed of 2.8 miles per hour. Not too bad. Weather is amazing. View is even better. So yeah, first day we're going to 9 Mile Creek, and that will be approximately 8.8 to 9 miles into the trail, hence the name. Group of 12. I got a little bit ahead. As you can tell, I'm a little out of breath. Altitude's not too bad here. Currently at 7,100 feet. A lot of water crossing so far, a lot of streams. We're not hurting for water here in the middle of July. So pretty epic views. Really awesome mountain shots. A lot of greenery. It's pretty. We'll stop up here in about half a mile to a mile for lunch / breakfast.
Yeah.
You can feel what?
Nothing anymore.
You're just numb?
You're fixed.
I'm definitely going through more water than I would have
This
guessed.
is the end of 2 liters right here.
Also, pro tip, if you're starting to smell trail mix, it's you. That's your own funk. Some of us trained for months. Others, like me, packed the night before and brought 5 pounds of gummy bears. But out here, we're all equals, sweaty, slightly lost, and bonded by shared pain. Though my quads are cramping more than most others, and by mile 8, I am beginning to feel ill, but not full-on sick.
used to be a bridge here. Lunchtime. And this is what I get to eat with. Isn't it beautiful? Talk about nature. Perfect little seat.
Going to the mountains is going home. John Muir said that, but out here, along this trail with dust on our legs and stories in our packs, it feels less like a quote and more like a truth you earn. Home isn't always a roof. Sometimes it's a trailhead sign, a sunlit granite wall, the sound of water over stone. It's shared silence between strangers who, by now, aren't strangers anymore. Out here, home is a place you carry in your pack, set up at night, and take down in the morning. It's sore feet, full hearts, and the quiet realization that this wild, endless horizon knows you better than you know yourself. Going to the mountains really is going home. And on this trail, we've just begun to arrive. They say you're not really a through hiker until you jump into alpine water with all your sins and sweat. 9 Mile Creek delivered. The gear came out, the bear cans cracked open, and suddenly, this group of strangers, we were a team. Day one wasn't about miles, it was about meeting the trail and each other for the first time. Tomorrow, we climb, and the real work begins.
I think I got decent video. Throughout the day. I didn't bring another pair of pants. I have shorts and I don't want to get chewed up. So, right before I get in my tent, I'm going to change and I'm going to drape my clothes over my tent so it'll be dry. Hopefully they'll be dry in the morning. Probably not, but... I don't want to be in my wet clothes.
Did you go swimming?
I did.
Uh-oh.
It was amazing. What do you got for dinner?
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. Alright. That's some good calories right there.
I'm hoping.
And a Pop-Tart? It all sounds like breakfast. You're having breakfast for dinner, huh?
Oh man, it was supposed to be out there.
Fair enough.
Day one gave us sunshine, switchbacks, and a swim. But day two, that's where the climb begins. Next stop, Hamilton Lake, waterfalls, wild granite. and the kind of views that make you forget how much your calves hurt. So if you're still with us, hit that subscribe button and keep your boots laced. This is the High Sierra Trail, and we're just getting warmed up.
I just don't know how much better it can get. It is beautiful out here.
We started the day with optimism, clear skies, and legs that didn't yet scream. That optimism lasted exactly 0.4 miles until we hit our first real climb.
Day 2, High Sierra Trail, 9 Mile Creek to Hamilton Lake. Far Out app says it's 8.7 miles. Look at this. Elevation gain today is about 2,500 feet if we round up. Should be a nice easy day.
Day 2 on the High Sierra Trail. I woke up feeling off. Not altitude sickness, not trail fatigue. No, this was something far more sinister, the belly betrayal. At just over 11 miles in, the trail crests into something surprising. Bearpaw High Sierra Camp. Built in 1934 by CCC Trail Crews, it's been called the Sierra Hilton, a canvas oasis on the edge of the Great Western Divide. Mule trains still carry in fresh food. Campers sleep on real beds. There's even hot cocoa, but it's more than luxury, it's history. For over 90 years, this quiet cluster of cabins has been a launch pad for scientists, rangers, climbers, and the kind of hikers who dream bigger than day hikes. In a land of granite and glacier, Bearpaw is proof that even the wildest trails have heart.
You guys can't run away now, I just started the video.
You get us when we're all sweaty.
That's the perfect time, right?
Today's special spent the day leapfrogging down trail, Sleeping Beauty, Gumby, and I trying to one-up each other in snack choices and sarcasm. 10 out of 10 trail banter. Bonus points for trail snacks with mountain views.
When I say beautiful, I mean beautiful. A little over 3.5 miles in to day 2, and I've seen some of the most beautiful views. I mean, these granite landscapes with this lush green forest, waterfalls coming down the mountains from the snow. I mean, it's a little hazy, but I just don't know how much better it can get. It is beautiful out here.
Somewhere between 9 Mile Creek and Hamilton Lake, the trail stopped testing my legs and started testing something deeper. The wilderness, like Gallogly wrote, doesn't always shout. Sometimes it just taps you on the shoulder with a lizard, a golden trout, and a stomach that wants to quit. And that's where the real journey begins. The trail gods gave me signs: a deer in the trees, lizards sunning like royalty, a garter snake practicing Tai Chi, and 2 kinds of trout glimmering like living gold. Nature's way of whispering, "Don't give up yet, buddy. You're halfway to Hamilton, sort of." As Thru once wrote, all good things are wild and free. And on day 2, the wild things showed up just when I needed them most.
That one's good.
Atop the waterfall, I had a moment. Not a deep, introspective one, more like, why is my stomach doing jazzercise? But hey, the view almost made me forget the churning below. And now, a true High Sierra marvel, a pit toilet with a $1 million view of Valhalla. I call it the loo with a view. No line, no door, no real privacy. But hey, the ambiance? Immaculate. By the time we reached Hamilton Lake, I was 70% dehydrated, 40% nauseous, and 100% ready for dinner I couldn't eat. But that view? Chef's kiss. Somewhere in those sapphire waters, I spotted trout, golden and brookies dancing like tiny aquatic Olympians. Me? I had a rod and dreams. That's it. The wilderness doesn't always shout. Sometimes it nudges you with the flick of a trout's tail, the hush of deer hooves on granite, or the slow churn of your own gut in revolt. And in that quiet discomfort, you begin to understand the trail isn't just leading you forward, it's leading you inward. We came seeking summits and solitude, but what we got was far more. A snake sunbathing on the switchbacks, trout darting like whispers in clear pools, a toilet seat perched on the edge of heaven. John Muir said it best, in every walk with nature one receives far more than he seeks. Day 2 delivered. Tomorrow, we climb the legendary Precipice Lake Trail and cross Kaweah Gap. Will my stomach survive? Will I catch more fish? Subscribe and find out, because this story's just warming up. Day 3 on the High Sierra Trail, also known as pain, puke, potatoes, and perseverance.
See, I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm nauseous. I think it's heat related, but this trail's been kicking my ass.
12 hikers left Hamilton Lake under bluebird skies, but I left my guts somewhere on the switchbacks.
Yes.
From Hamilton Lake, the trail climbs aggressively, about 2,400 vertical feet in under 4 miles. And not gently, the infamous switchbacks punch you in the legs before you've finished your first honey stinger. For me, this was the peak of stomach sickness. The not altitude kind. The I might vomit on my GoPro kind.
All right, Ruben. Morro Rock right there. Morro Rock. You see that? I hope that you went to go see it. And this is how far we've hiked. Way out here. There's Kim and Craig, who we carpooled with. They're making their way up. And last night we stayed at that lake. So we're climbing, and our goal is to make it in that snow patch today. That's where we're headed.
Just before Precipice Lake, there's a moment of magic. A tunnel blasted through solid granite in the 1930s by civilian Conservation Corps workers. No dynamite here, just hand drills, steel grit, and pure grit. It's a place where history literally carves through the mountain. You can feel it.
It's day 3, High Sierra Trail. It's a little after 8 a.m. and I'm 1.67 miles in according to my Garmin. See, I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm nauseous. I think it's heat related, but this trail's been kicking my ass.
At Precipice Lake, Amy, trail name Mom, surprised us with 2025 HST buffs. We took photos, we made memories. Meanwhile, I quietly whispered to my stomach, please don't embarrass me in front of the group. Precipice Lake sits like a glacier-fed jewel. Yes, that's snow. Yes, in July, this alpine basin has inspired photographers and painters alike, including Ansel Adams, who made it famous in black and white. We made it famous in Snow Angels. John Muir once wrote, "Climb the mountains and get their good tidings. Nature's peace will flow into you as sunshine flows into trees." On day 3, I got those tidings. And then we went down, or at least the trail said we did. More switchbacks, more elevation loss that made you question the phrase, gravity does the work. My stomach lost the battle at switchback number, who even knows? 1138 local, my stomach contents met the trail. Day 3 was humbling. It hurt, but it also healed. From snow angels to switchback purges to mashed potato miracles, it's a day I'll never forget. And hey, if you've ever thrown up 4 times and still finished the hike, welcome to the club. We hit camp at HST mile marker 25.9, a meadow bordered by trees, ringed by alpine beauty. It was the kind of place that reminds you, sometimes just getting there is the win. I ended day 3 with 4 upchucks, 1 blessed bag of instant potatoes, and just enough soul left to crawl into my tent. But tomorrow we descend into paradise. Kern River, hot springs, natural mineral pools, hot flowing water, and maybe, just maybe, a chance to soak away this trail-borne chaos and reheat what's left of my ambition. So if you're wondering whether a hot spring can cure trail sickness, trail sadness, and 4 servings of Idahoan carbs, tune in next time. And hey, if this video made you laugh, feel something, or want to quit your job to hike 82 miles of pain and beauty, smash that like button, subscribe for the rest of this incredible series, and drop a comment below. What's the weirdest trail food that's ever saved your life? This was day 3. I survived. Barely. Day 4. Bring the heat.
We got a good crew. Had some instant potatoes last night. Sweet baby Jesus.
Day 4 began with nothing but peace in my gut. No nausea, no pain. I ate 2 bearded butcher beef sticks and a frog fuel gel pack because heroes still need snacks. We hit the trail under towering pines and granite whispers.
It's officially day 4. We're 0.4 miles in. We stayed at a campsite near 2 streams last night, just north of Moraine Lake. It was an awesome campsite for 11 people. I'm not even sure if I'm still on the trail, but this is an easier day with mostly flat trails going down from 10,500 to 6,500 feet to Kearns River. And we've got water on the side of us pretty much the whole way, plus meadow after meadow. It's beautiful. And I'm feeling much better than yesterday. Couldn't keep it in yesterday. It came back up, everything, water, food. Today, I'm feeling strong, feeling a whole lot better. Stomach's not burning, throat's not burning. We got a good crew. Had some instant potatoes last night, and I think that really helped. I'm not sure if it was just max carbs or the flavor, or if it felt more like I was eating at home versus eating out of freeze-dried food. But overall, today's feeling a whole lot better than yesterday. We'll see how the rest of it goes. There's something about the Sierras, though. The beauty is like nowhere else in the world. Then again, maybe I just haven't seen everywhere else yet. But this beauty is not something I grew up with. I love it. 1 mile, we're about at just over 18 minutes a mile. So you can tell that the trail here is pretty good to go. Unlike yesterday where it took me about 3 hours to do 1 mile.
The morning was rock-free downhill bliss, forest, shade, and 3 hours and 21 minutes to the first shaded creek crossing at mile 8.01. Then the heat and my stomach re-entered the chat. I soaked my shirt, hat, and buff. Cold water never felt so good until I tried one of my trail favorites, a honey stinger gel. Instant regret. Before there were bridges, before there were even boots on this trail, the Tuba Tulabal people called this valley home for thousands of years. Their name means pine nut eaters, but they were really keepers of this entire watershed. Every river bend, every hot spring was part of a much bigger story. One where nature provided everything you needed, no resupply required.
The trail is still relatively flat. No big rocks, no big water crossings. It's the biggest hurdle, literally, have been fallen trees that just haven't been cut apart yet. We've had to jump over a lot of logs, fallen trees, but man, is it beautiful out here.
I'm supposed to be protecting the wilderness, but I'm letting you in. I failed.
All right, we're 9.5 miles in. I think the heat's getting to me again. I'm starting to get queasy. Maybe I need to eat more. But this is the hardest part of the trail so far today. Up the rocks. I call these twist your ankle rocks. They're fun.
Three miles later, 10:19 a.m., love those timestamps, we hit the Kern River Bridge. Half a mile from camp, the heat had broken me, so I plunged in. Coldest bliss, best decision. I watched 4 teammates cross the bridge while I resurrected.
Baby Jesus, that's cold. Take one more plunge, get back on trail. When I say sweet baby Jesus, that means sweet baby Jesus. That is cold water, but a really nice sea. Ooh-wee.
This river has a story too, named by explorer John C. Fremont in 1845 after his cartographer Edward Kern. Before that, the Spanish called it Rio de San Felipe, and in 1853 it turned into gold country, literally bringing prospectors to the upper Kern. Up here in the high Sierra, helicopters are like the Swiss Army knives of the sky. We saw two on day 4, one hauling a giant water bucket to help fight wildfires before they spread, and another ferrying tools and supplies for trail crews. In a place where there are no roads and the only delivery service is your own 2 feet, these choppers are the ultimate backcountry Amazon Prime. Same day delivery, but only if the weather cooperates and the pilots had enough coffee.
Protect spring. Use lower tub. This is the upper tub. We're thinking you don't have to put that warning up.
These Kern River hot springs aren't just a random trail luxury. They've been healing stations for millennia. Indigenous tribes soaked here for recovery and ritual, and later, settlers turned places like Scovern Hot Springs into full-blown resorts, complete with a hotel, bathhouse, and weekend rodeos. That is, until a fire in 1971 turned it into a memory. Today, all that's left is the heat, the water, and a tradition that somehow still revives the half-dead hiker. When you soak here, you're stepping into the same current the Tubatulabal once used for ceremony, the same water that ran past gold miners, and the same springs that healed cowboys after a rodeo. You might call it a 0 day for the soul. I call it the only kind of spa I can afford.
Wow. I think this is my first hot spring ever. And I've got chapstick all over me. Definitely the first hot spring I've ever been in. Over here. What a view. That felt really good. It was really hot when you first get in, but the air out here cools you down pretty good. And yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Camp mile marker 36.9. I pitched my tent in the shade, cooked instant potatoes again, took an hour to eat every bite, napped with a heart-shaped rock under my head, slowly sipped water, then divine next mile meals, Italian beef marinara, another hour, pulse,
Eat the rat.
still alive.
Again.
I dropped it.
What about a strawberry infused gel?
No! He needs to go! I've got him! No! Take from my bag! Just for him. Stop! Give me something!
What about hot beef sticks? Hey, oh boy. Oh wow. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat now.
Tell me you're sick on trail without telling me you're sick on trail.
I'm not dead yet, just gloriously miserable. Downhill tomorrow, just 7.3 miles to Junction Meadow before Guitar Lake Day. the Tramily voted, "If you've ever wanted to hike so hard the hot spring feels like heaven, you're in luck." If you laughed, cringed, or thought, "Dude, how are you still here?" hit like, subscribe, and comment your weirdest trail recovery food. Up next, chilled nerves, steep climbs, and maybe redemption. Stick with me, the end is still just getting real. Day 5 starts slow and easy until we get an uninvited dinner guest, a bear. Not a cute cartoon bear with a picnic basket, an actual tagged, tracked, real-life bear. Mom and a few brave souls on our crew sent him packing while I stood there thinking, is it too early to start filming for National Geographic? This stretch of the Kern River has been a lifeline for thousands of years. The Tuba-Tulabal people lived, fished, and thrived here long before we showed up with our ultralight packs and dehydrated mashed potatoes. In the 1840s, explorer John C. Fremont named it after his cartographer Edward Kern, though before that, the Spanish called it Rio de San Felipe.
I got one.
I got it too. That's a record. Okay, we have a rule in my family, Robert. If you catch it, you have to kiss it. There you go. Did he get up? Oh, I have proof. I have proof.
Water's a little rough, in my opinion, for fishing, fly fishing, but I've been wrong before. It's officially day 5 of the High Sierra Trail, and we're about almost 5 miles into the trail today. I caught probably one of the largest fish on this Sierra version of the Tenkara rod earlier. Somebody else got that on film, but wasn't able to land it. We did a long distance release, or an LDR, as I had coined on the JMT. But you can't tell me that this just isn't beautiful. So while we're sitting here waiting for a fish to bite, we'll do an update. I'm feeling a little bit better. Still not 100%, but definitely think that it was either heat related or calorie related, because instant potatoes seem to be the fix and the cure-all for it. But here's day 5. It's only a 7.3 mile day. We're only going to Junction Meadow. And that's a 12-mile day tomorrow to to Guitar Lake. So I'm gonna try to fish as much as possible today. Let's see what we catch.
With only 7.3 miles to Junction Meadow, I decided to fish as much as I walked. First catch of the day, a massive piece of bark. Second stop, an actual trout. It was big, beautiful, and after a quick fight, I performed a flawless LDR. That's long distance release, fancy fisherman code for I lost it. The Kern River isn't just a pretty backdrop. For indigenous tribes and early settlers, it was food, water, transportation, and trade. For me today, it's an excuse to stop walking every half mile and pretend I'm filming a fishing show. When we finally strolled into Junction Meadow, it felt like summer camp, skits and all, food and friends around the campfire, babbling creeks, story upon story, and the most similar to summer camp, the mosquitoes.
I can't believe you guys.
What?
That's disgusting.
What happened? Oh God, I was like freaking out for a minute there. All right, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
The wimp went walking with Amy.
The what? That was it? What? You guys failed me. The wimp went walking with Amy?
So, what was the original?
I just said Philip went walking in the forest with Amy one day.
Day 5 didn't push the limits in miles, it pushed them in moments. A bear showing up in camp, the laughter and adrenaline of chasing it off, a stubborn trout that got away, and the Kern River winding beside you all day. This was a day where the middle of nowhere wasn't empty. It was full of life, surprises, and the reminder that out here you discover more about the trail and yourself than you ever expected.
Yeah. Go. Get him, Mom. Get him, Mom.
As I walk over here with meat sticks in my hand. I got to see one.
How are we going to sleep now? This is so exciting.
Yeah.
Bear. Everybody's taking video of the bear.
It might have been our shortest mileage day yet, but day 5 packed in a bear encounter, fishing fails, a river walk straight out of a postcard, and a reminder that even on easy days, the High Sierra has a way of keeping you on your toes. Tomorrow, we go up, big climb, big campsite, and maybe, just maybe, a big night of dreaming about eating that Whitney portal burger, onion rings, and some sweet, sweet drinks. If you've enjoyed the bear drama, the bad fishing, and the best river walk in the Sierras, hit that like button, subscribe, and join me tomorrow as we push deeper into the High Sierra. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. It's day 6 on the High Sierra Trail. We woke up before the sun, actually before the moon even clocked out, and started hiking at 4 a.m. because nothing says fun like stumbling around in the dark with trekking poles.
Sounds lovely.
It was lightning. Yes. About 4 or 5 years ago.
This stretch is basically one long elevator ride, except instead of smooth music and buttons, it's dust, rocks, and the occasional marmot judging you.
2 miles in, and we all woke up at 3:45. Some of us started on the trail at 4, some at 4:30. The world is just coming awake. It's only been an hour, so it's probably about 5 a.m. and I'm loving the view right now. It does look brighter on camera than it does in person, but I just turned my headlamp off about 10 minutes ago. You can finally see the trail, and I'm just skirting a mountain. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Muir probably wrote something poetic here like, "The mountains are calling." Meanwhile, I'm calling for an Advil.
Today we're getting to Guitar Lake, right before we summit Mount Whitney. So far, I've hiked 3 miles, 3.29 miles. It's been about an hour and 41 minutes, and I've just stopped at the waterfall to refill some water. So I've been here for a second or two. It's kind of chilly. I think this is the coldest morning we've had. But then again, I normally wasn't waking up or getting on trail until 6:30, so maybe this was just a chill before I get started. Maybe not. But the trail today is supposed to be by far out 12.5 miles up to Guitar Lake. I'm really, really excited to fish the Timberline Lake, which is where I fished last year on the JMT and caught a ton of golden trout. So I'm really excited to get up there. I said we were at 3.29 miles from the camp that we were at to the JMT. It was supposed to be 5.3, so we're about 2 miles from the JMT right now. So once I hit the JMT, then it's pretty much just skirting the rest of the way up to Mount Whitney as if I was on the JMT. Everything else is the same. But that's the only portion that the High Sierra Trail and the John Muir Trail overlap. So I'm gonna drink some water and we're gonna get back on the trail. And you'll see me again when we hit the John Muir Trail. Keep hiking.
Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. T.S. Eliot. Fun fact, elevation stats. Junction Meadow, approximately 8,000 feet, to Guitar Lake, approximately 11,500 feet. That's like stacking 3 Empire State Buildings on top of each other and then realizing you still forgot your snacks. Out here, time slows down. The trail doesn't care how fast you hike. It only reminds you to keep moving forward. Step by step, breath by breath. Behind us lies the deep canyon of Junction Meadow. Ahead, the granite kingdom of Mount Whitney. This day was long, the miles stretched out, but the Sierra rewards every step with silence, beauty, and presence. Some days are about summits, some days are about surviving storms, and some days, like today, are about learning to appreciate both.
Crabtree Meadow. Almost exactly 9 miles into my day. A little over. .8 miles to Timberline Lake, where I get to fish my heart out. 3.4 miles to Guitar Lake, where I'm going to sleep tonight before we summit for Whitney. I got a little head start, so I will wait for everybody at Timberline Lake, make sure I get a photo with everybody and whatnot before we head to Guitar Lake. I guess I ran a little bit today. Not that I tried, but I guess the first full day of not feeling like I'm going to vomit, which has been day 1 through 4. Yesterday was my first okay day on day 5, and now day 6. I'm feeling pretty strong, feeling pretty good. So I think I pulled ahead a little too much. For starting with headlamps at 4:30 this morning, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm over 9 miles into the trail, so feeling pretty good. But I can't wait. I cannot wait to fish at Timberline. Last year on the JMT, that was like a gold mine for golden trout. I am so excited. And I'm going to teach somebody in the group how to fish with a 10-carat rod with my second one. Validate bringing 2. But I'm gonna teach somebody to catch a fish with one. It's gonna be amazing.
Timberline Lake sits just below the massive cirque leading up to Mount Whitney, formed by Ice Age glaciers that carved this basin thousands of years ago. So basically, I fished in a bowl left behind by a 10,000-year-old ice cube.
I'm gone fishing, left my troubles behind, found salvation in the rhythm of a line. No emails or meetings, just the river's sway. Gone fishing, and I'm here to stay.
Look at the colors on that. Look at the colors. Well, that's the first one on the Heifu. Well, the purple parachute worked. Oh no. I always add a little bit of extra water so I have broth, and then I let it rehydrate, drink the broth, then I'll put in the mustard and the mayo, mix it up for the deli roast beef style. Oh, it's so good.
I'm gone fishing, left my troubles behind. Found salvation in the rhythm of a line. No emails or meetings, just the river sway. Gone fishing, and I'm here to stay.
Is it golden? Okay, if you catch it, you kiss it. Beautiful. Hi, friend. After Dora kisses you, you will go back. Ah, God. He needs a kiss.
Just when I thought California was contractually obligated to only have blue skies, the clouds rolled in. Thunder, lightning, rain. My first real storm here in 2 years of Sierra hiking.
This rock right here is where I cowboy camped last year. This year, I'm stealing the spot that Andrew and Aiden were in. Sorry guys, I'm stealing your spot. Guitar Lake.
The Sierra gods looked down and said, "Oh, you think you're tough, huh? Snow at Marie Lake last year wasn't good enough? Here, try loud booms and bright lights at 11,500 feet. Mwahaha."
Fluffy clouds. Bad thunderclouds. Sounds lovely. Thunderstorms in the Sierra. Well, at least my tent is up and I'm protected. But that thunder rolling across those mountains doesn't make tomorrow look great. Welcome to Guitar Lake. At least I have my Zen Bivy sleeping gear all set up because this is gonna be a long night.
After 12.5 miles, Guitar Lake finally lived up to its name. Shaped like a guitar with strings of rain playing across the surface. Dinner was the usual. Pour water, wait 10 minutes, burn your tongue. 5-star dining.
There are two kinds of chefs, Michelin star and Mountain House star. Guess which one I am?
Day 6 brought storms. Timberline Lake, which produced fish like the clouds produced rain, and enough scenery to fill 1,000 postcards. Tomorrow, we go for the big one, Mount Whitney. Don't miss it. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, and tell me, would you have run from the storm or danced in the rain?
It is 3 a.m. and we're making our way up to Mount Whitney on Guitar Lake.
The High Sierra Trail. 8 days, 11 hikers, countless mosquito bites, and one very stubborn obsession with a burger at Whitney Portal. Today, the journey ends.
Well, it's day 7, and I've completed the High Sierra Trail. I exited Whitney Portal around 2:30 today.
It is 3 a.m. and we're making our way up to Mount Whitney on Guitar Lake. How much elevation are we climbing today from Guitar Lake? We'll have to look that up.
7 of our crew launched at or around 3 a.m. The rest of us, myself included, believed in something called sleep. Don't worry, I already had my sunrise summit last year on the JMT. At least that's my excuse for waiting to hear an alarm a little later than everyone else. At 5:47 a.m., I reached the summit trail junction, just in time to wait for the rest of the team. And then, with 8 of us bound for the top, we marched toward the highest point in the lower 48. This trail isn't just a line across the map, it's a line through history. From Muir's call to adventure, to the CCC's carved switchbacks, to the Smithsonian hut still guarding the summit, every step carried the weight of those who walked before us. We weren't just ending a hike, we were adding our own story to the Sierra. John Muir once wrote, "The mountains are calling, and I must go." For us, it wasn't just a call to climb, but to endure. To laugh when we were tired, to push when we were sore, and to discover that the mountain doesn't just test you, it changes you. On Whitney's summit, that quote stopped being words. It became our truth. Standing on top of Mount Whitney, you're not just at 14,508 feet, the highest point in the lower 48, you're standing on history. In 1904, the Smithsonian built the tiny stone hut that still shelters hikers from lightning and brutal storms. That same granite structure has saved lives, and today, it reminds us that nature is as unforgiving as it is beautiful. At 9:08 a.m., 8 of us stood at 14,508 feet, 5 of them for the very first time. You could see it in their faces, exhaustion, awe, and just a hint of regret for trusting me to lead them up here. Let's blame it all on Mom. But I wasn't thinking about views. No! For the last 3 days, I had been dreaming, scheming, and frankly annoying everyone about a Whitney portal burger. Mom even told me to shut up about it, multiple times. From summit to portal, it's 16 miles, but it feels like 116. From 11,500 feet at Guitar Lake up to 14,508, then all the way down to 8,200. Your knees scream, your toes cry. And then the 99 switchbacks appear. I started singing. 99 switchbacks of hell to traverse. Hike one down, turn around, still 99 switchbacks to go. Pro tip, do not try to count them, they multiply. The famous 99 switchbacks? Built by the Civilian Conservation Corps in the 1930s, thousands of pickaxes and drills carved this path into sheer granite walls, and it's been punishing hikers ever since. Some curse them, some count them, most just survive them, but without them, reaching Whitney would be almost impossible.
At 2:05 p.m., I staggered into Whitney Portal. At 2:34 p.m., burger, fries, victory. My feet hated me. My stomach worshipped me. And my tent that night was pitched solo for the first time all week. Just me, my onion rings, and the eerie, unwelcoming silence.
Well, it's day 7, and I've completed the High Sierra Trail. I exited Whitney Portal around 2:30 today. Ate a ginormous Whitney Portal burger with everything on it, double bacon cheeseburger, because I am dying for real food. Had like an entire basket of fries with it. They're so good. I ate every last piece of it because I just couldn't stop eating. When I finished the JMT, I stopped here at the portal as well, and their food is just phenomenal. The breakfast is ginormous, and that's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning. The pancakes are like the size of 3 of my hands. So I'm really looking forward to that. We have a couple of people, well, we have like 10 people from the group that are going to be exiting tomorrow morning. Today was brutal with downhills. I mean, you climb up 35, just under 4,000 feet from Guitar Lake to the Whitney summit at 14,508 feet. And then practically the rest of the day is you walking downhill. I mean, you go from 14,508 feet to my current altitude of 8,286 feet. So it's just like basically 6,000 feet of constant descent. And it's not like it's purely graveled dirt trails. Like, you're still working over rocks, 1-foot rock steps. So it's not easy, but it is downhill, right? So each person, I had one person I met on trail that just finished the JMT today after 15 days, and she was practically running downhill. She told me that it hurts her feet less when she moves faster. So she beat me to the portal by like 30 minutes just because of all the switchbacks. To her, that was her jam. So she got to play. Tomorrow morning, I'm not sure what time, but breakfast here at Whitney Portal starts at 9 with a last call of 10:45. So I'm gonna absolutely be up there at 8:59, and I'm gonna get a extremely large breakfast waiting for everybody else to come down. And then our shuttle comes, picks us up, all 11 of us. Then we get a nice long drive back home to where our vehicles are parked, and we get to endure a 13-hour drive home. But overall, 4 days of being brutally sick on trail practically killed me. I can't really say what it was or why it was. It wasn't altitude, but the nausea, the vomiting for 4 days, the first 4 days, was uncomparable to anything I've done before. But day 5 through day 7, I was full of energy, ready to go. I was leaving camp with energy with the group, and I was getting places without struggling like I was the first 4 days. So I call this a very successful hike with a group. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
Day 8 began with a failed fishing attempt, a lying spring scale, and a quiet wait at the trailhead. At 8:30 a.m., one by one, the rest of the crew arrived. The finish line crossed, the High Sierra Trail complete.
There's the scale.
Throw the pole. Done. I'm done. That's it. They're retired. Yeah. That means I only lost 5 pounds?
Where are my guitar glasses when I need them?
Woo! Philip!
Wow. Handshake. Bam, bam. Peek. Oh, where's that rag bag? Where's that rag bag?
Yes! We were hoping you were bringing us a 12-pack of beer.
You guys get this on it?
Woo! We're done. 8 days.
How's the weather up there?
What's up, Chad?
At 9 a.m., we devoured breakfast like hikers possessed. Eggs, pancakes, coffee. Then came the tradition, asking each crew member their favorite day on trail.
Yes.
Oh, Crescent Meadow. It was a short hike. Number 2, it wasn't hard. Number 3, it was almost like having a Nero. Yeah, we saw Yogi. And we got to follow the river the whole way.
Then we met those trail friends. He got his shoe bag.
Oh, then the meadows in the morning. And then you fell.
Yard sale.
You ate it.
And she didn't like that.
And then we stopped and enjoyed the meadow. That was fun.
He just wanted to hug.
He did. He just
I liked day 3 for hot springs. The hike was hard and long, and we still got there early. Got to sit in the river.
Well, how far was Yogi when I took this picture?
Saw rattlesnake. That was cool. Yep.
He was like, what, 20
That was my
feet
favorite.
from me when I took that picture?
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. That's a good picture. You my favorite?
Is he tagged?
He's tagged. Hamilton, swimming in the lake.
Yeah.
He has another tag.
It was really nice. Because everybody was just like swimming together at the lake shore.
Phil, what was your favorite day on the trail?
Third day was Hamilton to Precipice to the little grove that we stopped at because we couldn't go no more.
And don't forget about this picture.
Lisa, what was your favorite day?
I feel like my favorite day was Junction
Last time I stayed at Junction Meadow.
Why?
because it was a beautiful hike.
You
We were along the river. It was cool.
Like you could feel
Comfortable
presence.
hike,
Like
and we got to see the bear,
So,
and we were all together
telling
in
the girls
that
about it
lawn.
this
It's a
time.
beautiful area.
And
Our superhero Jake arrived with a giant van and a pair of clean clothes for each of the hikers. No showers, just 11 hikers marinating in their own success for the long ride back. But wearing clean clothing, it has to count for something. And just like that, the High Sierra Trail was done. 8 days, 11 hikers, one epic adventure. From Crescent Meadow to Whitney Portal, this trail tested us, bonded us, and gave us stories we'll tell forever. For me, this wasn't just a trail. It was a reminder of why we chase mountains, crave discomfort, and yes, obsess over burgers. I'm Rob, aka Trout. This is Peak Pursuits Adventures. And this concludes the High Sierra Trail series. Until the next trail, hike on! Huge thank you to everyone that hiked with me. Amy, Mom, Lee, Birdman, Craig, Dipper, Kim, Dudak, Candence, Dora, Letitia, Grit, Lisa, Flamingo, Lisa, Poppy, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, Elsa, Gumby, and Philip, Uno. Thank you for hiking with me, motivating me to continue when I was sick, helping with videos and pictures, and most of all, for being awesome humans and amazing friends.